We had a great time exploring Timpanogos Cave, and now we are back on the road. We found another wonderful curb and turf site. It's just in the middle of a neighborhood, and the hosts have been so gracious. We've just parked alongside their home under the shade of their trees, and it's time to do a little RV repair. And so we've been having a hard time with our toilet holding water in the bowl. And what that is just the ball valve seal. What it is you've got a seal that sits around the opening of the toilet, and then a ball valve or a concave valve. I don't know if it's actually called a ball valve or not, but it slides over, and then the seal between the opening valve and the open air of the toilet is supposed to keep a nice seal so that the water will stay in. And then when that valve opens, obviously whatever's in the bowl will come through, and when that closes, it should hold watertight. And so I've ordered some valve replacement seals. So let's take a look and see what we've got. Okay, let's see. It looks like they've sent us 2 valves, and it looks like this is the one that we're needing, where the valve would close, seal up against the edge there, open. And it looks like this one is for the base of the toilet. So if you need to replace the valve at the base of the toilet where the toilet actually mounts to the floor, then this would be the valve for that. But we are going to use this valve. Let's go. Here I am inside the shower, inside the wet bath, and it's a bit of a tight squeeze. Let's take a look and see what we're looking at. Okay, so this is the commode, and I should be able to fill up the bowl and have it hold water, which it's doing right now. However, as time goes on, that eventually will drain. And the reason that that's important is that having the water in the bowl creates a barrier from any of the stuff that's in the tank for the odors to come up. It won't go past the water. And so to keep your RV smelling fresh, you want to keep a little bit of water in the bowl at all times. So the idea is that we will open that valve, remove the gasket, and replace it with the new one. In order to do that, I'm going to need to turn off the water because I don't want water flowing the whole time that we have that valve open. So let's go shut the water off. Okay, I've got the water pump turned off so that we won't just be flowing water as I replace this. And I think we're ready to go. The only thing that I need is some good latex gloves, and I've got my valve, and the toilet is ready. So let's get to work. Grab the old seal. How does that seal just come out? And of course I put a hole in the glove. Okay, so after much coercion, I think I've got the old valve ready to come out here. Okay, and then we'll just seat the other one right down in. Now, I saw some videos where they just set it right over the ball and put it into place. I'm having a hard time getting that to go. Well, as you can obviously see, I didn't get the toilet project done. Turns out that I went to YouTube to find out how to do the replacement, and in most cases, removing that gasket from the bowl and then just putting it back in works. However, when we bought our Interstate, the toilet that Airstream put in was a Dometic that was plastic, and it had a horrible design flaw. And that is that the downspout had an O-ring that when you sat on the toilet, it would compress the O-ring. And then when you stood up, the toilet would decompress and it would suck whatever's in the toilet to the area between the bowl and the skirt. And it stunk. Whew. And so I pulled that toilet out, replaced it with a Thetford porcelain toilet, which is a great replacement because number one, it fits into the Airstream Interstate. It's porcelain, which is much better, easier to clean and everything. And it doesn't have that design flaw of the Dometic. So anyway, case in point, this is the lesson from this video. When you're searching YouTube, make sure that you search specifically for the type of toilet that you have. So I did a YouTube search of how to replace the ball valve seal in an RV toilet or in an Airstream Interstate toilet. And they assumed that I just had that old Dometic plastic one, which you can just pull out the ring and replace it right in the bowl. Come to find out that the Thetford, you actually need to undo a couple of bolts, a couple of nuts behind the toilet and twist off the bowl, set it aside, and then you pull that, that seal off and replace it, and then replace the bowl and redo the nuts to hold it in place. So let this be a lesson that Santa almost lost his patience, and patience is a virtue. And my mother always told me, if you lose your patience, you lose your virtue. And so be patient, do it right the first time. And did we get it fixed? Whoo! Yes, it's working perfectly now. So thanks for tuning in.